Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's so early, but today I'm taking Billy hunting, and I thought I'd give myself a little bit more time because he's enormous and he's white. So it's currently 5:30.
Ew.
Just fed them. I'm gonna eat them some hay. Give them some hay. Just said that. Muck out. Check Billy's plaits are still intact because I plaited him last night, and then just remove that awful stain on his knee. Yeah. Otis is here with his muddy paws all over me. Baby Dill is still in bed, so too early, too dark, too cold for him. But you're a brave boy, aren't you? Do you want to show everyone your trick? Sit. Paw. Good boy. Other paw. Good boy. Proud mother. It was so clever. Such a clever boy. It's just gone 6. Finished mucking out, feeding and doing waters and everything. But I'm going to just clean my tack. Well, I cleaned it last night, but I oiled it and it just makes it a bit dull. So I'm going to put some shiny stuff on it. There's a number of ways today could go. Either Billy's going to be an out-and-out superstar and he's going to be the perfect horse to take hunting because he'd jump anything and jump it enormously. So there's no danger of him, touch wood, getting stuck in anything. It's the standing still. Could go either way. He's never been a naughty horse. He can just be a little bit hoity-toity, and things like standing still, he might just throw a rear in, which I'm not too worried about because he's not malicious. He's never done a nasty rear in his life. It's always just he's excited. So it's not the end of the world. The other thing I'm concerned might happen, he'll go over a jump and just tank off with me, and if he decides to do that, there's not a lot I can do. He is a difficult horse to ride because if he does something wrong, you can't shout at him. You've got to just tell him that he's still the best and it's okay, and please could he try not to kill you. That's all he asks for, is a little bit of compassion. Let's go and have a look how Billy's plaits are. What do we think, guys? Oh! 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 It's just that one that's a little bit higher than the rest, but otherwise, you're so beautiful! Doing his forelock was the hardest bit because, turn your head this way, Puppet. Billy, please. It's just very tufty, very fluffy. There's not an awful lot to work with. French plaiting that took me a while, didn't it? He did a floof stays. So what I'm going to do now is just redo a couple of his plaits. So maybe if I can get the camera angle right, I'll show you how I plait, because I'm very good at it. I've done it twice now. So I normally start from that end. Normally, twice I've done it. If you start up there, it's easier because if you take ages plaiting and the horse gets fed up, it's much easier to plait down here if he's throwing his head around. So, but luckily my boy stood like an angel. Oh no. Check your comb's clean before you... I started at the top and I measured out like the width of the comb on his hair, and then I did like a sharp parting. That's really important to make it all neat. And then once you've got that section, I do need my steps. Where are my steps? Get your 3 sections. And you should always cross a side piece over the middle piece first, otherwise you get a lump in the middle of your plait. And the first couple of crossovers you can do quite loose so that when you push the plait up, it looks quite nice. Otherwise it will sit tightly on the neck and not look very good. But then once you get down here, you want the plait as tight as you possibly can. So I'm just plaiting down the hair, holding it tightly with my thumbs as I'm going. And then when I've got about as far as I can go, I get a plaiting band around it, and then this is the important bit, is to try and, this tail that's outside the band, that bit needs to go away to make a neat plait. So pull that through. Like that. And then we roll there to there. And then in half again. I'm sorry that this is so bad. How's that looking? Like, it's not brilliant. Like, these ones probably should be a bit higher. Maybe I might just do it. I'm gonna do it. Well, they certainly aren't perfect, but you still look perfect because you're so beautiful. No head collar, and he stood perfectly still for me. What a good boy. Are you okay there, little boy? Yes, we've been outside doing all the jobs, and you're in bed still. We've been in the house, we've had a cup of tea for like 45 minutes, done my face. Am I beautiful? And now I've just come up and I've washed Billy's back leg just because it was so dirty. And now I'm going to hot cloth him, tack him up, muck out these two again. Or skip out, not really muck out. Chuck them some hay, load up, and then I'm going to get changed. And then off we go. Ready? Ready. In an ideal world, it would be nice to redo some of these, but I haven't really got time because it's 8:30. Now's the time. He needs to be loaded up. He's so excited. I've put baby oil on his nose, and he just knows that that means time to go. I think for a show jumper, he looks pretty convincing as a hunter. Do you think? Beautiful boy. Who's a jealous boy because they're not going? Well, you shouldn't have had a foot abscess. Because now you're coming. Yay! Are you an excited boy? Are you? Isn't he handsome? He's so gorgeous. What a good looking boy. I'm ready. I'm 2 minutes behind when I wanted to leave. What can you do? Right, have I got everything I could possibly need? Who knows? It's exciting. Welcome back. We're home from hunting. I've washed Billy's legs off, taken his tack off, and now I think I'm just going to let them have a wander around the yard because McAlester and Mr. Jones haven't been out all day, and it's about 1:30, and the field's far too muddy for them to go out, so they can have a pootle around the yard. I obviously haven't shown you much of hunting because it's so difficult to, it's just so fast paced, you've got to keep up with everything. You can't have your phone out every 2 minutes. So Billy was pretty good. The thing I thought I would struggle with was holding on to him and keeping him somewhat controlled. That was fine. He was so well behaved in that regard, but he didn't like the queuing, the standing around. And at one point we were in this little wood down a tight little, I don't know, would you call it a track? Really narrow like footpath. And there were probably 50 horses out, 40 or 50 horses out. And he like tried to jump off the footpath and just landed on like loads of brambles and stuff, and I was like, oh my god. And then I tried to calm him down and get him back together, and this is at the very beginning of the day, so he's not even had a canter yet, which I think was the problem. And then he reared up vertical with me and I just came straight off. He kept holding my reins and obviously he couldn't go anywhere anyway, so then I got back on and I was like, silly boy. And literally 3 minutes later he did exactly the same thing again. So then I just stayed off for about 20 minutes while everyone was just stood still. And that's the not so fun part of hunting, is there's a lot of hanging around. And I think if it had just been fast paced, galloping through fields and jumping over hedges, it'd have been absolutely perfect, but he didn't like the waiting around. But he got, to be fair, he was better towards the end, and that's his first time out. What is this? That's his first time doing anything like that, so it was pretty good. I would be open to taking him again. I just have to be very aware of standing still for long periods of time because he gets hoity-toity. I've got some carrots for you actually, Billy. Would you like? When he reared, I hurt my knuckle, so now my finger's damaged as well as my knee from last weekend. Good boy. Good boy. Right, I'm gonna get these horses down and stop faffing. Bye. Ooh. I am sore. My leg hurts. My finger hurts. I thought maybe I'd done something to my knuckle, but I think actually it's the side of my... Look at my pawly. It's the side of my hand, and it's just a bit fat and swollen at the moment, and movement's a little bit limited. But whatever, I haven't got time to wallow because I need to scoff this as quickly as I can and then go get in the shower because my family and I are going to a Christmas lights thing with like all of my extended family. All of my extended family. It's like my sisters, their husbands, their children, my brother, his girlfriend, the dogs. We're all going to be there, so it's quite a large group. And right now I just feel like I want to die in a hole and have a little snooze. The show must go on. Okay, I'm sort of ready for the walk. I didn't know what to wear because it's outdoors, obviously. It's going to be raining. It's going to be muddy. It's going to be freezing. So I've got a thermal top on underneath this, then my cardigan, and then I'm going to have my big coat on as well. I'll show you. Like, this is what we've got so far, and then I'm going to put my little, like, they're like Dubarry's, except I think they're Ariat's version. And then my big bin bag puffer coat and a big umbrella. I need some gloves as well, although I don't know if I'll be able to get my poorly finger into the gloves. This is not a look, is it? Maybe it is. Is it? Let me know. I think I'm one of the least festive people because I like Christmas, but I never feel ready for it. I feel like if it was once every 2 years or every like 5 years, I'd love it. But it just seems to come up so quickly because it starts in like October, November really, doesn't it? People are like, oh, get ready for Christmas. It hangs around too much, it's boring. We've seen it, we've done it, like, come on. Find something new to obsess over. I'm back from the lights and it's now nearly 10 o'clock and I still need to go outside and feed the horses because they've not been fed since, what was it, maybe 3 o'clock, which is a little bit too long to leave them, so I need to go back outside now. And I'm so cold from Bolesworth lights Christmassy thing, but it was really good fun. Went on some fun rides. Fun rides? Went on some like fairground rides, which I've not done since I was a little whipper.
What?
Whippersnapper. A little whippersnapper. I can't talk. I need to go to bed. I know I just said I need to go. Look at my hair. Isn't that cute? Look at my hand. Can you see? Like, I knew it was sore. That's like swollen and bruised. It's 10:20. I fed them. I did end up lucking out, of course I did. I just can't, when I see it, I can't leave it. So now I need to go to bed. I really do. 10:20, it's crazy. Good night, boys. Good boy. Oh. Good boy, Dill. Good morning, boys. So we're going to check legs first. I think there might be some fat legs this morning, maybe. Hopefully not. And then Billy and Mr. Jones are going to go out in the mud bath for a couple of hours. McAlester, he can't get that dirty, so he's going to have to just poodle on here for a bit. Yeah. Well, there are actually no fat legs. What a good boy. I was just expecting his front legs to have filled because yesterday was quite intense. But no. What a good boy. Right, we're going out in the field. Ow, my broken hand. Oh, I know, baby, it's not fair, is it? But you have an abscess. Well, you did have an abscess, and we just need to keep it clean as much as possible. Oh, look at you. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, aren't you? Your coat is far, far too big for you, but I think in a few weeks you'll have grown into it at the rate you're getting bigger. Yours is a little bit small, but you are awkward to buy for because you're a bit bigger than a small. Not longer, he's a long body. See, the medium would have been far too big. So he's gonna have a cold bum. Dillon, be friendly. Unbelievable. Come on. He hates getting muddy. What a princess. What a princess. Come on, sausage. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Well, my room looks like a bomb's hit it, which means I'm ready. Good to go. Outfit check. Feet. My fat hand. I just want some attention and some sympathy. We're feeling good. I need to go. I'm actually early. It's like 5:02. I know navy and black is not really like in the fashion rules, but whatever. It's cold. What can you do? But I should skedaddle. What's that on my lip? Bye. So it's been a few hours and I'm now back home. I've been in Liverpool with some friends for like lunch and just a catch up. So now I'm home. I'm gonna go and sort the horses out. It's only 5 o'clock, but it feels like midnight. I think I'm gonna go to bed. So that's probably the end of my weekend.